What's up everybody, it's Sean here, Happy New Year. We're kicking off 2023 with a New Balance review, specifically these 550s from the Lunar New Year pack in the Sea Salt colorway. Today's video, as always, is brought to you by Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell ETPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable insole for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and I find them to be extremely comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout to get 15% off your entire purchase. So these New Balance 550s recently released alongside a Driftwood colorway, which are part of a greater Lunar New Year pack celebrating the upcoming Year of the Rabbit. So these retail for a price of $130 US or $170 here in Canada. The style code for this shoe is BB550LN1 and the colorway is Sea Salt, Grey Matter, and Timberwolf. So diving into the details of this shoe, the upper of these 550s is crafted using a very premium tumbled white leather. So on the toe box you can see we have these 3 lines of perforations which cuts diagonally across, and overlaid on top of the toe box we have this asymmetrical overlay, and this is also crafted using that same tumbled soft leather. Moving downwards on the lateral side we have 550 branding debossed, and the bottom half of this panel is completely perforated. Next to this on the mid panel we have more of that same leather, but we have this cutout in the middle revealing the New Balance end logo, which is covered in a synthetic leather which is done in a very light gray. And surrounding the edges we have this cream or light tan colored suede. Moving downwards we have this tan colored suede which has a very scratchy and tough feel to it to the touch. And then surrounding the back of the shoe we have more of that very soft tumbled leather. We have the New Balance logo which is stitched on in this burgundy color. And then the top of the heel is once again covered in that tumbled leather. Surrounding the bottom of the heel we have this tan colored TPU heel clip which gives you added structure and support for the back end of the shoe. And then turning our attention back to the front, in terms of laces, these come with 2 different lace options. The standard default lace is a flat style lace in gray, but they also give you a burgundy flat lace as well. Beneath this, so the tongue is crafted using that same tumbled white leather, and it feels very soft to the touch. And on the top of the tongue, we have this rectangular tag with New Balance 550 branding. So the back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe is lined in this light gray colored nylon, which gives it a silky soft feel to the touch. And then as for the insoles, so these come with an Ortholite branded insole, and this insole, just like any of your other 550, is double stacked. So on the top layer, this is just your traditional foam insole, but unlike most 550s, the top of this insole is actually covered in a burgundy colored nylon, and pressed on and stitched onto the heel, we have the New Balance logo. And then covering the back half of the insole, there's also a secondary layer of foam cushioning, which definitely helps with the comfort and the impact protection on this pair. So the upper of the 550 sits atop this solid rubber cup sole, which is painted in this gray color. On the lateral side in the middle, we have both the New Balance logo and the New Balance word mark, and then flipping the shoe over to the medial side, you'll see in the middle we have this exposed wedge of foam, which is what is encased within this rubber cup sole, but not visible on the lateral side. Turning this pair over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of a combination of this tan and gray colored rubber. We have this circular pivot point on the forefoot and New Balance branding running down the bottom of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these 550s. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like most of my other New Balance 550s, so I personally prefer to go a half size down to a size 9.5. The 550 though is a bit of a tricky shoe to find your perfect fit. They do run a little bit more on the longer side, but the area right here on the forefoot, it feels a little bit narrow straight out of the box. So if you have wider feet or you don't like that snug feeling in the toe box, then I can totally understand sticking true to size for this model. But if you're like me and you don't like too much length in the shoe and you don't like heel slippage, then I would personally recommend going a half size down. So it all comes down to personal preference. I prefer to break in the shoe, which widens up the forefoot a little bit, and it gives me a perfect fit lengthwise. But basically whatever size you normally wear in the 550s, I'd stick with that same size for this pair. Moving on to the comfort, so the 550, to me at least, is a pretty comfortable shoe. Some people hate on this model and say that it's very uncomfortable, but I actually think they're decent on feet. Pretty much all the comfort you're feeling is coming from that dual stacked Ortholite insole, and I don't know about you guys, but I think they feel great. Yes, this shoe is a bit more on the heavier and clunkier side, but I think the insole inside this shoe feels very comfortable. And once the upper really breaks in and molds to your feet, they feel that much better. And in the case for this specific pair, the leather they use is already soft straight out of the box, so I don't feel like there's a long break-in time necessary for this pair. Last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was pretty solid. I was a big fan of this leather that they use. It's a very thick cut of leather, but it feels very soft to the touch, has this nicely tumbled look to it, and is definitely a step above the normal leather they use on the general release colorways. And in terms of the build and the craftsmanship, I thought this pair was pretty flawless. No issues at all with the stitch job, the panels were shaped and cut consistently, so especially for a Vietnam-made New Balance 550, this is definitely more of a premium take than you'd normally find. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. This is a decent take on the 550. In my opinion though, I felt like it was a little bit underwhelming colorway wise when it comes to a special pack celebrating the Lunar New Year. I think they could have infused a bit more burgundy hits in this shoe, and I'm just throwing this out there, but maybe an embroidery of a rabbit or something somewhere on this shoe would be a nice touch. But for what it is a very clean looking colorway. This is a pair you can pretty much rock with anything you want. So if you're looking for a very versatile shoe that you can wear not only when you're celebrating the Lunar New Year, then this is a great option. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the sea salt colorway of the New Balance 550. For anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair for yourself, or are you passing on this release altogether? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on IG at esco8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.